Back in 2013, Kanye West got mad at the paparazzi, grabbed the camera out of the guy's hand, and was charged with assault and battery. Last week, however, I watched 22 grown men try to knock each other's heads off on a football field, and there was not one arrest or lawsuit. So the legal question is, what's up with that? Ordinarily, when people punch, hit, or elbow others, it is criminal, or at least the basis for a civil lawsuit. In the sports context, however, neither prosecutions nor lawsuits generally result from this behavior. In the legal world, battery is the willful and unlawful touching of another. Period. That's it. And in that context, if you watched football over the weekend, you witnessed over 1,000 criminal acts of battery. However, consent to the touching is a complete defense to assault and battery, which means that if an athlete consents to the use of force against them, then there is no crime. In the civil law world, this is also called assumption of the risk, meaning you voluntarily assume the risk of injury and therefore can't sue someone if you get hurt. When someone agrees to play a sport, they effectively consent to physical contact consistent with the rules of the game. By stepping onto the field, athletes assume the risk inherent in the activity. As put by one court, they say, the boxer who steps into the ring consents to his opponent's jabs, the football player consents to the hard tackles, the hockey goalie consents to his opponent's slap shots, and the baseball player consents to the possibility of the opposing pitcher may throw near or at him. So the ultimate legal issue becomes, is the punching or spitting or the low hits trying to break an opponent's leg one of the inherent risks of the sport which should be punished within the rules of the game but not in the criminal or civil courts? Not surprisingly, arrests for sports-related violence are extremely rare. The most brutal and infamous punch in basketball history resulted in no criminal charges at all, not to mention the Mike Tyson ear bite. But going back to basketball, during a game in 1977, Los Angeles Laker forward Kermit Washington delivered a near-fatal punch to Houston Rocket forward Rudy Tomjanovich during a fight that broke out during a game. The blow resulted in a fractured skull, broken jaw and nose, leakage of spinal fluid, which almost killed him. The puncher, Kermit Washington, was suspended by the NBA but was not arrested or charged criminally. However, violence during games has, on occasion, led to criminal charges. In 1988, Dino Ciccarelli became the first NHL player to receive jail time for hitting another player with his hockey stick. Boston Bruins defenseman Marty McSorley was charged in 2000 with assault with a weapon for his actions during a game. And in baseball, Jose Offerman was sued in 2009 for hitting two players with a bat in a minor league game. Now, to be fair, these charges are outliers, and criminal charges especially are reserved for the most obvious and egregious and usually outside of the run of play examples. For example, a sucker punch after the play is dead. But punches and kicks during the run of play are generally not made a big deal of, even though you'd be arrested if you did the same thing to the same person in the parking lot that you just did to them on the field. Some courts have tried to address this discrepancy in how the law is applied by giving the opinion that every sport has its official rules of the game and also its unofficial rules of the game. For example, hockey rules don't allow you to punch the other player in the face, but everyone knows that when two players square off, punches are coming and no one decides to stop it. Which brings us to the recent incident involving Cleveland Browns star Myles Garrett, where he tore off Pittsburgh Steelers Mason Rudolph's helmet and hit him in the head with it. In football, this level of violence is not completely outside the realm of foreseeability, and therefore I would suggest that the police will stay on the sidelines on this one. However, if Garrett were a star volleyball player, I'd be much more worried for him. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.